good day everyone. I'm just here to discuss the evolution of art. First, we, we tackle the definition of art. What is definition of art? Art is a skill acquired by experience, study, or observation. Art, they have critical role when shaping in modern world, which have hand-on-hand innovation involving knowledge, society, and state of being as we evolve it. So, second, the Upper Paleolithic Age. Upper Paleolithic Age of Man, which saw the emergence of more sophisticated tools, lasted from about 50,000 years to 40,000 years ago until about 10,000 years ago. Cave drawing is used to way to continents to ally man had treasured. One just thing being the hunt underdeveloped sense of self of prehistoric man. Then the Neolithic era. Neolithic era or New Stone Age is a term used for the periodic in our past when the shift from hunting and gathering wild animals, plants to farming lifestyle occurred. It was also the time when pottery was first used and in many regions. So people also began to live in permanent settlements. At the same time, human begins settlements man uses ways to access and spot visual practice done by statue, malls, and refugees. Then Bronze Age. Bronze Age is the name given to the period of time between the stone and the iron. Between 4000 BC and 2000 BC, different societies around the world entered the Bronze Age. Then, in the Britain, the Bronze Age started around 21,000 BC and ended around 650 BC. Bronze Age is an alloy or mixture of tin and copper. So, dire gi-create ang mga ilang mga tools. So, at the same time, Bronze Age marked the first time humans started to work with metal, bronze tools, and weapon. So replace aerial stone versions in ancient samurais in the Middle East may have been the first people to enter the Bronze Age. Then the Age of Idealism. Age of Idealism in 1781 to 1832. He describes how Immanuel Kant endeavored to reconcile the implicit enlightenment of the realist enlightenment of officialdom in new fusion to which he gave the name of idealism. So, architecture of idealism is adorable, the grounded ratio of mathematical beauty, not done defense, however, but to display the potential and aptitude of humans. In geometry, cartography, medicine, psychological school of thought. And then the Middle Ages. Middle Ages, medi- medieval art was made up of various architect medium such as sculpture, illuminated manuscripts, stained glass, tapestries, mosaic, and metalwork. Numerous artwork was were made using these different styles, which went to have the higher survival rate than other medium like fresco well paintings. However, in general, Middle Age art can be divided into three main: the Byzantine art, Romanesque art, and Gothic art. That is the three Middle Age of art. And then the Renaissance. Art is marked by gradual shift from the abstract forms of the medieval period to the representational forms of the 15th century. Subject grow from mostly biblical scenes to include portrait episode from classic religion and events from contemporary arts. At the same time, the elements and principles of Renaissance art, naturalism, classical humanism, perspective in drawing, and then the development of oil painting. Then the Baroque. Baroque emphasized dramatic, exaggerated motion and clear, easily in, imprinted this detail due to its exuberant irregularity. Baroque art has often been defined as being bizarre or uneven. Some of the qualities most frequently associated with the Baroque are grandeur, sensuous richness, drawing vitality, and movement tension, emotional, and a tendency to blur distinction between the various art. That is the Baroque. And then the New Classical era. So the New Classical is characterized by clarity of form, sober colors, shallow shape, strong horizontal and verticals that render to the subject matter timeless instead of temporal as in the dynamic Baroque works. And then the classical subject matter of classing contemporary subject matter. Neoclassical in the art is a aesthetic attitude based on the art of Greece and Rome in Antiquity, which evokes harmony, clarity, restraint, universality, and idealism. And then the Romantic Age. So Romantic Age are focused on emotion, feelings, and moods of all kinds, including spiritually, imagination, mystery, and fervor. The subject matter varied widely, including landscape, religion, revolution, and peace of beauty. And then the Native American art. The history of Native American art betrays back well before the first century with the first recorded piece created over 13,000 years ago. he discovered near Vero Beach, Florida, the image of mammoth surrounded by cross-hatch design had been carved into megafauna bone. Then the various types of Native American artworks and native art include baskets, beadwork, quillwork, ceramics, and sculpture. Each of these took great scale and differed from regions to region. And then African tribe art. Housing painting is the style of African practice by the Southern Dibel people, South Africa. It is the predominantly practice the Dibel woman when painting homes. People in South Africa have an addition of painting of their homes with strong geometric patterns that have thick black lines and bold colors. The Bell woman paints there using a chicken feather or a half fried and draftsman's, especially the straight lines. So Japanese art Ukiyo-e era 16,000 BC to 19,000 BC. Ukiyo-e often translated as a pictures of the floating world refers to Japanese paintings and walled block that originally displayed the city's pleasure districts during the Edo period, when the sensual attribute of life were encouraged among uh, extents under the peaceful rule of the shoguns. At the same time, ukiyo refers to style of Japanese woodblock, prints, and painting from the Edo period, displaying famous theater actors, beautiful courtesans, city life, travel in romantic landscape, and erotic scene. So that is ukiyo. And then the realism, different art movements. Realism in the art is generally an attempt to represent subject matter truly without artificially and avoiding speculative functions and supernatural elements. The term is often used interchangeable when naturalism, even though these terms are not synonym. However, in this sense, realism reflected a progressive and highly influential shift in the significance and function of art in general, including literature, as well as fine art, and it influenced Impressionism. And then see, for instance, Realism impression in 1830 to 19 and several other modern art styles such as pop art. So that is the realism different art movement. Then the realism versus style. The significant difference between realism and style is that with realism, how you are restrained to making things or real, while enhancing the visual language. With the styles, you are free to play with the shape and colors, exaggerate or remove details to enhance the look and the feel in any direction. At the same time, realism in art is accurate detail, embellished deception of nature or contemporary life. Realism rejects imaginative idealism in favor of close observation of outward appearance. That is the difference of realism and styles. At the same time, contemporary era refers to the current era of history which includes represent day. This is based on purely on the literal meaning on this phrase. There is no one official designation of this era. It is simplified based upon common consensus and common usage amongst various sources of authorities. And then the contemporary era from 1950 to the present now, how therefore Western and a presented global exploration of both vertical and horizontal frontier, with much of this expansion occurring in the world developing regions of the world. So that is the evolution of art. The follow-up picture question: does cave painting in ancient times help and contribute to the modern world? Yes, they have a big contribute in ancient time nowadays because of them we know how to communicate, like cave paintings he drawn or carved into rocks and cave walls to sign that they have a message. So in ancient times, that is the way of communicating. As I said, in the ancient time, have a big contribute in modern world. Because of them, we know how to communicate, and also we know what history or methods how to hunt for their food. Then second question, if you see an artwork that portrays an image of or elements which against your belief or orientation, how should you respond it? So so my answer is I would respect because they don't know why he wanted to create that kind of artwork. As I believe all art they have a meaning. It will make artwork because of their feelings, emotion, so they have reason why he create that kind of artwork. So I give respect to that kind of artwork or image, sir. That's all.